Hello, 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 and welcome back. I believe I left you guys just after I departed to go take off some headlights and pop them onto my own vehicle. It was a lot of tedium, but, you know. Unfortunately, as does sometimes happen, we did have a little bit of fun without you. You see, there was a bunch of fat zombies and a bunch of annoying horde thingies came by. Not a bunch, but a few, I guess. And then there was this. As you can see, first of all, our truck has a bit more damage to it. The windows are popped out, for instance. Miss Tanza, the NPC decided to stop by and say hello, and I talked them down from trying to rob me. We can be friends. And so they walked on their way and then proceeded to try to steal all of the stuff I had in the truck. And I don't like that. So I told them I was going to kill them if they didn't get on out, and they didn't like that either. So we shot them in the face a few times, and now they're dead. We don't have the penalty for killing them because they were the aggressors. We did tell them to go away and bugger off, but they decided to attack us because of what we said, which means that it's their fault. So we managed to get a basic repair kit off of them. We used a bunch more fire, by the way. And aside from that, we're doing okay. We're going to actually, right now, switch out to a new matchbook and throw the one I had out. I guess I did that already. But forgive me. Okay, so I don't think I have any more shotgun ammo, which is an awful shame, but that does mean that I can attach this to the crossbow, and now I am ready to go. I can even wear the crossbow if I felt like it. I should have probably actually tried to repair some of this stuff while I was off screen, but not a big deal. Like I said, I'm willing to play with it. The leather vest is bad. That's bad. We have the sleeveless duster still, though. Okay, we really don't want to be messing around in melee. We don't have a good weapon. We're encumbered on the torso. It's not a big deal, though, because I don't plan to do any heavy fighting right now. If I did, I would probably repair myself up some armor and get a better weapon. Just about anything. I can literally find better weapons in the woods than a crossbow with a bayonet on it. I did put the bayonet on it, right? I did put the bayonet on you, right? Crossbow. I don't understand. Did I? Then what did I do? I thought I did. But it's not letting me switch to it. Oh, whatever. I have to go at the moment. Okay, hang on. Remington, makeshift bayonet. There we are. Feel a little silly. Don't tell anyone I did that. You cannot have a makeshift bayonet. Well, there we go. That's why I didn't do it. So you'll have to bear with me while I reattach this to the Remington and re-wheel the Remington, and we can get going again. Now, I'm going to try to scout out the rest of the city, see what's laying there, because nighttime is coming, and I'm not tired. And like I said, I'm pretty consistent about that. If it's going to be nighttime, or rather, I'm going to night raid. Sorry. And I don't sleep when I'm tired. Because he's an insomniac. I don't even try anymore, because you'll waste half an hour at a time trying to go to sleep when you could be using that time for anything else. Anything else. You'd have better luck crafting somewhere or something. It's useful in some cases, though, to try to sleep. If you're very pained or if you're a fast healer or something, it can definitely help. But that doesn't mean that's a good idea in all cases. The most common thing I will do in order to go to sleep is I will try to sleep off the effects of detoxification. because they're pretty nasty. They are very, very nasty and sometimes. What's going on here? More than I want to deal with. But if you have the negative 250 morale penalty for detoxing, you can go to sleep twice and fail twice, and it'll remove the penalty, and then you can do whatever you wanted to do before. Okay, so I know that I just saw all my good friends over there. I'm sorry. I feel silly. But I'm going to smash into this building, unless that's a rock. That's not rock. I randomly had some of the gun stores and some of the electronic stores and a few other valuable buildings. They're going to spawn with stone walls. And the reason for that is pretty simple. I want the player to have to watch out for that and to not just be able to smash whatever he wants. I can take you, I can take... I'm going to take just about everything I can, to be completely honest. Okay. It's locked. Okay, I guess I should have smashed my way in the front. Well, there's not much in here that I want except all the ammo. Yes, I want all the ammo. But I'm not going to get it if the door's locked. But we did get some 9mm ammo, and we got a gun we don't need, and I think that's a machine gun, which I definitely not going to use. Oh, you little gun. Nope. We're doing our standard fire thing. Because fire is going to protect you. I'm pretty adamant about using fire, especially if I'm underwhelming in melee. It does backfire on occasion. If you are afraid that something is going to have ammo and explode in your face, the best thing you can do is let the fire damage them, and just skip your turn with the period button, which I have mapped to the 5 on the number pad. And that way, you have the most action points and the best chance of not getting completely mauled to death by 59mm bullets, which will maul you. At best, maul you. At worst, you will just die. Speaking of die, let's not put our vehicle through the lava. That damages it, if I'm not mistaken. Oh boy. This is just a bedrock of things. Why are there wolves in the middle of the field? Why are there deer floating around? I should probably turn down that, but if I'm not mistaken, fields actually spawn a mix of domestic, harmless, and forest spawns. That game's frozen for a second. My computer is by no means new. It's probably not good enough to reliably run something like Civ 4. It would have problems in the end game. But what computer wouldn't at the end game of Civ 4? And same thing with like Crusader Kings 2, another game that I usually play, and it runs it, but certainly not fast enough that I would recommend doing it on this computer. I, in fact, don't play it that much anymore because of that. It's something I did before, not so much now. But I don't have too many problems playing this game. Just for reference, because I know some people have a lot more trouble than I do. Oh boy. But, no, we just want to go around. We want to see what's happening in the city, which... it's fair enough. I'm not seeing anything like, demons. So no Doom faction critters are all floating around, which is good. Because in this character's state, he's not... Your best bet is to stay far away from them. They are basically no-go places until you're ready to fight. I've been really trying to think about the best way to deploy them, because game design, after all, does say that you shouldn't have them everywhere, and that these crazy strong monsters should come later, because the player wants to float around and be a snowflake and do his own thing, and, that's fair. The player plays this to get away and do whatever he does. So he shouldn't be assaulted by instant death monsters. And then again, they're not instant death monsters, but it can be unfair when you're running around in the dark and something that can see you better than you can see in the dark finds you and kills you, and you didn't know they were there. But there's a lot of evidence that the demons are around, like, suddenly dead bodies everywhere, screams. It's possible to outrun or even outdrive them, especially if your speed's faster than 100. And it's important to know that most of the Doom monsters cannot smell. So they're not going to follow any smells you leave, unlike the zombies, which primarily use smell to find you in the dark. They can see you farther than normal, and they can hear, but they cannot smell. So once you get out of that range, they aren't going to be able to follow you. Although they do see fairly well, even in the light too. So what I'm seeing around here is not a whole lot of everything. I'm always fascinated to see these highway structures in cities. The ones that we never use anymore, but still spawn an on-ramp and off-ramp. I don't know why. I do know we get a lot of semi-trucks in there, though, so. Okay. I do not think I want to go in there. This truck isn't that good. My skills aren't good. I'm not going to be killing anything with a shotgun, and I'm not going to be killing anything with a crossbow either, especially unskilled. But enough about me. Oh boy. And I've told them this before, I even reported it as a bug, the chicken walker doesn't shoot very often. It certainly doesn't use its grenade launcher, which it has, and it has ammo for, but somehow it's not shooting me right now, and here I am demonstrating it for you. And in fact, I'm even leading it away from its barricade, and guess what I'm going to do when I get back to that barricade? So, there's a hot tip for the moment. Or something. A watch is going to be fixed very, very soon. And somebody's going to get their faces blown off trying to do what I'm doing right here. Come on. Who's our good chicken walker? Oh, good. Perfect. That's perfect. And now we can just kind of dip on out of here. Because all the zombies are going to distract the chicken walker. So, we don't want the zombies to follow us, however, so let's speed away and around the side of this. I believe it's a drug car, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay. And for loot, not a whole lot going on here for loot. So we stop moving and we're popping out. It says it has enough gas to run. It says it has a tire. The engine is there, even though the battery is kind of blah. And inside here we go. And none of that is really useful to me at the moment. That's useful. Earplugs. I can take that. I can dig it. Scars. I'm rather a fan of those, actually. I like them better. So, is this drivable? It's drivable, but you know how diesel engines are, so unless they got better. Huh. You want to hang on a second? I'm actually going to go take this out on a test drive because I heard they reverted the engine changes, which is going to revert the fuel consumption changes, which might actually revert the speed changes that were messed up with these things. Can you go 115 miles an hour, or is that just a dream? Oh, delicious, delicious. We might actually take this just out of spite. Spite, yes. But it's leaking. Okay, well that changes that. We can still ram our good friends to soldiers, though. I'm sorry. That's not a very good comment. Okay, well that's nice to know. I wonder if they still use energy, or if now I should be using something else. Go away now. well, let's get out of Dodge. And it's the thing I like to do, just check to see what they have. Like an army helmet. Do I have a helmet on? No, it might be worth going after that. I don't know if I have any soap, though. You know, I think I might. Yeah, so just so you know, the zombie dogs will always die very quickly to fire. Turn it to it all you need, and you can just stand there. Yeah, I believe the fire actually died out already. Okay. Nope. Come here. You gotta be careful in the rain, and like I said, you have to be careful because of the zombies. The soldiers will have... What do you want? Like that. Let's pick it up, and let's move along. We still got our helmet, though. But you saw how I waited there. I didn't actually try to attack him, and I was able to catch those 3 rounds before they exploded. And it saved my life, or at the very least my arm. So, that's the value of doing that. We're probably going to mark that as... chicken. I know he moved up here somewhere, but I would like to mark it as the area where he spawned, where the zombies are, where... all of that. So, I'm not sure if people know, but there is a very rare chance for fungal monsters to spawn outside of fungal regions. So just because you see a fungus doesn't mean that it was because of some spire or tower or whatever. It is fully possible, if you want to wait long enough, for a single fungal monster to trade an army of fungaloids. And if you happen to make your base by one and not notice it, it is possible to have a small infestation on your hands. Very rarely, I might want to say again. What it is. And I've never heard anyone complain about it, and I've never complained about it, or seen it. Mostly because I don't stay long enough in any area to do that. But, you know. Okay. We just have to speed this up a little, please. So we got ourselves a helmet. And there is a pond in town. And for the sake of the playthrough, and this guy's own survival, depending on what's down here, I might make a base here. Even though I see a crack. Where is it? Northeast? Okay, the crack is going to have fun with the zombies, and they're no threat to me anyway. And I don't see anything wily like Amigo, so I'm okay with this. Oh, it's a fucking FEMA. It's a FEMA camp. That is unfortunate. Still, let's check out the area. It is full of nothing worthwhile. I'd probably end up looting more of this stuff, like cutting up the hoodies and the rags and everything, if I was playing on my own. What do I have for eyes? Yeah, okay. But I'm not, so I won't. And that's just something you can do. There's certainly nothing wrong with that. You don't need to rely on sheets, and you don't even need strings. You can cut up rags if you really wanted to. In fact, disassembling rags is probably a decent way to spend your detoxing if you're desperate, because it provides you with almost an infinite supply of rags. Oh, hey, neat. That's not even filthy. But it came off the zombie, didn't it? Huh. The mod was on. Did they remove the mod? I thought it would say something if that happened, though. I will give it the benefit of the doubt. Okay. I guess I'm not wearing the cowboy hat anymore. Well, we want nothing to do with the FEMA camp, so that's fine with me. And I just want to unclutter my inventory for a second. I'm usually a lot more meticulous about what I keep in my inventory, but there's really not. No. But there's really no reason to do that here and right now. I'll do it off screen. But half the fun of the game for me is just being able to organize. It's kind of like Minecraft is for me, to be completely honest. I didn't mind the game. It wasn't a bad game, at least when I was playing it early on. But it was basically digital Legos for me. I had more fun organizing everything than I did actually playing the game. What game there was to play. So. But then again, I was always one of those people who would play it on hardcore and then try to build a giant statue. And inevitably I'd fall off the statue. Or there'd be suddenly a creeper, and that would be the end of it. Okay. So that contained antibiotics, which are nice. A little useless. They should really be protecting you against a wider spectrum of things if they're going to be so useless unless you are infected. What are you going to do? Okay, like I said, we're just going to be organizing things. Heat packs are another item that's probably a little more useless than they need to be. It'd be nice if you could use a heat pack to warm your hand. As far as I understand, fire is... what's this? Fire is actually heat, I should say, not fire, is a cumulative effect. So if you get, let's say, arbitrarily 30 points of heat, then you have 30 points of heat. And that's used for 30 points of cold. So you having more heat to you... what am I trying to say? It's cumulative. If you're going into a lab, I've heard advice that you should light a fire from one of the beds and then stand by it until you're so hot you're actually burning. And then go rush off into the ice lab to do the level. You should also wear protective clothing for the heat, the warmth, but you should also use the fire to accumulate heat points so that you can run around while being warm enough to function without layering so much stuff on you that you can't move. If that makes sense. Oh, hey, look, amigo! And... I don't really care too much about the underslung shotgun. In fact, I like to use shotguns as weapons more than I don't. So I think I can skip you guys. Not a big deal. So I guess what I'm saying is that he is cumulative effect. And Grenadier. Oh boy. Yeah, the physics of this game, I just don't understand sometimes. I just smacked into a bear with a truck, and the truck is fine. The bear, not so much. I smack into a manhack with a truck, and the manhack is fine, but the truck windshield would be smashed. And manhacks are tiny fist-sized robots that fly. The game is really weird about its truck physics. I don't like that. I really don't, because I use them so often, and they're so useful, and they're weird sometimes. I feel they're weird just because they want to limit the usefulness of large vehicles, which is crap. Let's be honest. If you want to make vehicles hard to get, I mean, the way to do it is not make them bad or unrealistic. And realism isn't the end of the world or the be-all to end-all, but there's no reason to make it purposely unrealistic in such a way that there's no enjoyment to be had from it. And yes, a manhack flying around in a vehicle and it preventing you from flying away, or driving away rather, that is unrealistic. It's bad. Anyhow, 2 FEMA camps. You know, I never really liked FEMA camps to begin with, but this game seems to be spawning all of them around this one city. So I only think 2 to 4 of them will spawn for a given region. And given that it's 4 o'clock, he's damaged 15 ways to Sunday now. You see this right here? This gap? That's a new thing to me. It's the end of one roadway and the beginning of another. I don't know why it spawns. I think it might be because this is a new overmap over here, and it just cuts it off so that each overmap is self-contained. No, I don't want to save and quit. I want to sleep. Oh. Stop driving. Sleep. Yes. I think it might be so, but who knows? I'm gonna wake you back up after. Give me a few seconds, yeah? Welcome back. I took a nap. I failed once. I did not the second time. It seems that I forgot to turn off the truck engine. Oops. I don't know what you want from me. Okay. So what we're going to do is... What time is it? 6:30. Well, I am actually going to leave you guys again. I know I just did. But I'm going to repair some of this stuff. I'm going to drink me a drink and sing me a song. Hello, 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 and welcome back again. I'll see you guys with more repaired items and hopefully level 3 tailoring. We didn't have any rags on us, so I turned myself around and drove all the way back to where the semi-truck was, where I went to get the new headlights, which is about here-ish. And the shocker brute was there, and we all know how well they get along with us, so I actually drove up to the FEMA camp thinking that I was going to kite some zombies, and then I realized I could sneak inside. So I did, and here we are. And while I don't know how safe I am, for the moment, I'm doing okay. I do need to go grab me some vodka or something, though. So we're just gonna go step in the back, and we're gonna grab... I did bring food, right? That skunk can go... die somewhere, please. Where is my booze? Because I should have more than just that. I thought I stole some stuff. Am I losing my mind? I might be losing my mind, everybody. Well, I can always go and steal more. So at the moment, I guess it's gin. Gin and clean water. And some leather chunks. Are you sure? No fooling? No fooling. Keeping bad track of everything, huh? So anyway, we have what we need. We have a towel that is not going to work at the moment. Gummy vitamin. Okay, we need more morale. So, the obvious choice, get drunk. Okay. You'll have to hang on for a second while I do all this. But rest assured, I'll bring you back. Hello, hello, hello again, and welcome back. It's been a little while. In fact, I'm just finishing up. I just cut up some more strings to make more tailoring kits, or whatever. But I found something very interesting. I ran into a problem in that I have nothing on my arms whatsoever. And the solution to that was to stand by the fire and use bandages to heal. Now, I raided, there was a metal building next door where they have the sciencey stuff, and I found some bandages in there, and I used 2 of them. And now I have 3 left somehow. Let's use another one. 3. I have 3 bandages left. Let's go down to bandages. And let's apply it to my right arm. 4. And surely I have less than 3 now. Oh, wait a minute. Take an aspirin. Let's drink we don't need to drink water. Let's have some of that. Let's drink some gin. Coffee? Let's light a fire. Oh, there's already a fire, but I'm not sure what's happening here. Pew. Oh, sorry. No pew. Pew. Oh, shit, that was a gun. I should probably get out of here. I thought that was a crossbow for some reason. I'm okay not being here. Well, that was very clearly a bug. What are you doing? Get away from me. I don't have any calcium tablet. Neat. I guess they added that. Let's turn on the dome light, and what can I make for my arms? With arm rollers. Oh. Wow, you know, that's probably not supposed to be happening, but it's so entertaining, I think I'm going to leave it. No. No. Okay, let's stop that. Stop. How are we doing? Let's make a second one. I don't have 4 more rags, huh? How long does it take to make the van braces? More time than I'm willing to spend on it. Okay, everybody. So, you know what this means, though? It means I'm going to take advantage and heal up my arm a little. But this means I'm going to cut the video short and complain about it, because that's not very right, is it? Aye, aye, guys. Bye-bye.